Hey, I'm hellorodney. Thanks for clicking on my video. Trying to get this thing set up. Okay, well, I went for a walk this morning. Walking down the street. What did I run into? A flattened rattlesnake. Flattened rattlesnake. Now, I saw a bull snake on my property recently that must have been 6 feet long. It was huge. It's huge. And it looked like those snakes, their heads don't look the same and the tails don't look the same. The bodies I can't tell the difference between those snakes. But it was a bull snake. But my neighbor said that the snake that I went to see, because he told me about it, was a rattlesnake because he had seen it. But when I got there, it was totally flattened out. You couldn't hardly tell. But you could tell by the pancake, by the long pancake there, that it was a pretty fat snake, a rattlesnake. So that's pretty scary. It was many, many years ago. I was out in the mountains on a walk, and I was with this person, and it was this cliff face. The rock formations were so beautiful, and I went to, I still remember it. I can still see the whole thing right now. This goes back to the early 80s. And so I went, and I went to point to where I was looking at. I said, "Look at this," like that. And when I went like that, right in front of me, boom, right there, just right in front of me, just like that, I see this rattlesnake tail and body right there in front of me. Then it went into an S like that, and when it went into that, at that point, I was gone. And then as soon as it got back to the ledge, it started rattling, and that was just unbelievable, because I must have awakened it or something. I think it was in the springtime, so maybe it was asleep or something. But you know, it didn't start rattling until after it went through that falling off of the ledge thing. So that was a very scary thing. So now I'm out here, and I realize that we have rattlesnakes here. I didn't think that we had rattlesnakes here. But obviously we do. So having a cat would be a good thing to have around here. It really would. I was thinking about that snake, that rattlesnake, and you know, it's really interesting how the world is. I mean, we have these people that I think this incense, which is real popular, called Nam Champa. Do your own research on this. And it comes from India. And it's made from this particular flower or whatever. And they have all these kids and everything going out to retrieve this, to make this incense. Well, it just so happens that all of these flowers happen to be growing where all of these poisonous snakes are located. So all of these kids and people are getting bitten and dying from these snake bites. So because people want this Nam Champa freaking incense, and it's just so bizarre. You know, it's almost like if it wasn't for the stupidity of people, what would this world look like? I mean, incense, you think about it. You know what they use for incense? You know what they use as a binder on some of this incense? Cow dung. So they're out retrieving these flowers to mix with cow dung to put on a stick and sell to you, so you can put it in your little incense burner and set it on fire and put smoke into the air and breathe in cow shit and this flower that is responsible for the deaths of I don't know how many people, because when they go and get it, because they're so freaking poor, they get bit by these snakes. I mean, what a world. What a freaking world. Can you imagine how many people it would be on the face of the earth if it wasn't for stuff like that? How many people would be on the face of the earth if it wasn't for war? You know, I think human beings are not really doomed on earth, but human beings are, I think we are doomed to go through another black plague, the Black Death or the plague or whatever they called it from the Middle Ages. I think we're going to go through that. I may not live to see it, but when the population of the earth is growing at the rate in which it is, and you got the medical community on one side trying to save which is a good thing. I'm not saying it's bad, to correct some of these things that can be corrected, things like tuberculosis and malaria and all kinds of things like that, which is wonderful. I mean, go full speed ahead. Jonas Salk with polio. God bless everybody that's doing these great things. But the thing is that what I'm wondering about is just the simple concept of what the earth is going to look like if population continues to grow at the rate in which it's growing. It's just unbelievable. Our standard of living is going to be in the basement. We have. I was reading on some something today. I just saw the headline that now there's a move or something to give up air conditioning for global warming or whatever. Okay, you know what? Everybody that says give up which I don't have air conditioning. I don't even have a swamp cooler. Okay, so don't look at me as being part of the problem if you think that that's a problem, which I'm not saying that it isn't. But the people of Phoenix, Arizona, for them to give up air conditioning will mean that Phoenix, Arizona is going to be abandoned. Oh, that's okay, man. It's okay. Okay, whatever. So the wonderful thing about it is that when people say things like that, the thing that I say is like, how are you living your life? Do you have air conditioning? If you're telling everyone not to have air conditioning, do you have air conditioning? How about boycott? How about boycotting? Why don't you boycott? Don't go someplace where there's air conditioning. There's so many things that are just so ridiculous and hypocritical. One time I saw these people. They were going. This is many years. Not many years ago, but quite a few years ago. Probably at least more than 5, 6, 7, 8 years ago. They're going to go for this protest. They were protesting Conoco or something. So they all go down and they're all marching around the Conoco station or whatever the station was at the time. How did they get there? Oh, we're going to protest oil. Okay, well, what are you going to do? You're going to walk? How'd you get to the protest? I mean, there's the hypocrisy and the stupidity that's going on in this world is so intense and so great that it's just far beyond. I can't even watch some of the things that are happening because it's just too intense for me. I look at it and I just shake my head and say, man, how can that be? How can that be? But there it is.